Okay, your next project. All right, I want to, for those of you that are here, I've never done this before. Okay, I want to go, that's in space. So who can tell me the first 4 hexadecimal values for a Word document? Anybody? For a Word document header. Someone tell me.
Assume W is one of them.
Come on, figure it out. Someone had to at least look at the assignment. Some of you had to. What? First 4 hexadecimal values, Word document. Anybody? No, it's not the. I got $20. Whoever tells me first.
Oh, yes. $20.
Someone tell me. Come on! What is it?
D0C1.
Is it 1 or is it 1 for sure?
1 is what you have on your local. D0CF.
It's F.
F.
It's F.
What?
D0CF. All right, so let's talk about Lab 2. All right. You what now?
You see that motivation?
I don't know. I had a bunch of people looking up answers. And maybe next time I might do it again someday. Okay.
We told you I called.
The point is, there's lots of videos up there already. Let's talk about it. Now, this project this semester is different. Okay. It's actually easier, but it's harder. Let me explain how it's easier. I'm not making you cover as many file types as I normally do. But it's harder because there's actually 5 different images. So you know, these 2 can't work together, possibly.
Pirate, train, Mountain Dew, and
You know what I mean? Yeah, there is sheep, pirates, trains, Mountain Dew, and Italy. Okay. So depending on which one you get, like one of those in particular has many, many more in it than, okay, it's Italy. If you get Italy, there's a lot more images in there. When I made Italy, I made a PowerPoint, okay? Now, the PowerPoints had images in them. Well, the problem is the images were stored on the disk as JPEG, so really instead of 5 JPEGs, there's 250 JPEGs. So you see the problem, and as I've been doing this through the years, I've been like going through all my documents to make sure there's no graphics and stripping them off and making it easier. But it'll be fun. But those are the images now, you know, some of you want more experience at this, so work on another image. I'm not saying you have to, but it will be randomly selected which image you choose in the quizzes area. So you open the quiz, the very first question is going to say is based on the image, Lab 2 image after format sheep. 001. That's your image. You use sheep.
Okay, so
All your answers.
You need to open the quiz first to see which one.
Right.
Okay.
Now, I will tell you, if this was me, I would do all of them.
Yes.
Because I think this was probably my favorite lab. But this lab will take you more actual time than any other lab. Okay? Tell you up front. But I am taking off 3 data types. I'm taking off EXE, MP3, and TIFF. Okay? The reason is sheep and pirate have everything. Train is missing, I'm taking off 7-zip as well. Train's missing 1, Mountain Dew is missing 2, and Italy's missing 3. And it wouldn't be fair, so I was gonna just leave it so you had to, if you can find an MP3, but then you'd be like, okay, she found her MP3 just fine, and she's killing herself. Well, it turns out she doesn't have it.
No.
So it would be kind of, so I just took off those types, okay? And I'm gonna show you how this works. Up here, I put a signature file for Gary Kessler, okay? Gary Kessler, now if you want to Google and you type in Gary Kessler, LER file, signatures, it should come right up with this page. I've known Gary, I've gone to a lot of conferences with him, excellent guy. He has this page with all these signatures, okay? Well, I also put it right there in a PDF inside the classroom. The reason I did that is last semester's page went down. Literally, I signed the project and it went down. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? What are we going to do? So I made a PDF of it this time, so it was up there. Okay. What Gary did is he went through and looked at files and determined what the headers are. Okay, let me explain. Way back when I was in the military, I worked in a programming area. If you know anything about the military, do you really think they want us to play solitaire at work? No. So they went through our machines and removed solitaire. But they did not remove this random name DLL. So I just took the solitaire.exe and renamed it to something.dll, and then I could play whatever I wanted. But it was still solitaire, I just renamed it. Okay? So, you know, so what a signature is, see, in Windows, let me show you this here real quick. So I'm in Windows. I'm going to go, let's go to my desktop, and I'm going to go to, where's the one I just made? Forensics, and let's go to email 1, 307. Okay. Do you agree that is showing me my file extensions?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Windows ships like this. No, we don't want that. We want this one.
Show that folder.
No, this one. That's one. Okay, it ships like this. Okay. Okay, I graded a Java assignment yesterday. The student turned in Java. It says unit2.java.java. And I replied back, you named it incorrectly. But the problem is he has extensions hiding. You agree the extensions are not showing right now. So what if I took this, okay, and actually I'm going to rename the file. I can't with the extensions off. Are you serious? Okay, let me turn it back on. It's hard to do hide extensions. Okay. See how now it's JPG, JPG. Okay. I know this is, it's not going to open. That's fine. It's just used for an example here. So if I had this machine like this, it looks like a JPEG, doesn't it? But if you watch, it is now an executable because it actually has .exe at the end. So if you get an email that has email1 header.jpg and you're hiding file extensions, that might be an executable, which you might then click on, think it's a picture when it's actually a virus. That's how a lot of viruses get distributed because people don't look at the actual extension because it's hidden by default in Windows. And the way you turn it off, go in folder and search option on your view and uncheck hide extensions. I don't know why it's on. So then, you know, that way you can see the actual name of the file. Because what Windows does, oh, what's it that?
It was a JPEG.
Oh, it was a JPEG? Okay. I was like, what the heck did I do to it? All right. So what Windows does is if it says it's a JPEG, you'll open it with whatever's associated with JPEGs. It says PDF, so on and so forth. Okay. Well, the forensics tools we use don't do that. The forensics tools actually look at the signature of the file and open it up with the correct tool, which is nice. So it might say it's a JPEG, but it's really an EXE. It's because there ain't no JPEG. This is an EXE. So it's very critical you know how extensions work. Okay. So what Gary did was he made this wonderful page, which has all the extensions. And I'm going to actually open it up off of this page here. That way it's just not in the window. Like say I want to get a JPG. Okay, it tells me that a JPEG file, the header is actually FFD8, FFE0. The X's mean it could vary based on the version of JPEG. And the trailer is FFD9. So how do we see all that stuff? Okay, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to open up HXD. Okay. And I'm going to open up, I'm actually going to use this JPEG. I'm going to just drop it right here. Just dropped it right into HXD. You can use WinHex, you can use HXD. They're all under the software folder, software needed folder. Okay. In the content page, I don't know if you noticed it, there's a software needed folder. And it's right. Come on, software needed. HXD is right. HXD editor right there. And there's a Hex Workshop as well. Yeah, use Hex Workshop or HXD. This is HXD. It's the one we're trying to get you to use more because it's free. Okay. Hex Workshop is going to ask you to buy it after so many uses. This one is legitimately free forever. And it has some really cool features. Okay, so I took that JPEG and I just dumped it in here. I really can't make the window any larger, at least I don't think I can.
You make the font bigger.
View. No. How about if I try to zoom in with this? Maybe not. That's not it.
Control ID.
Control ID. Oh, wait.
So you just get to do it once.
This is something people watching on Zoom later, though.
They'll be like, wow, why is it so huge? Okay,
That's
is that getting bigger?
Good job.
Okay.
For us here. No.
All right, that's fine. Well, all right. So, according to Gary's page, he's telling me that a JPEG file is FFD8 and ends in FFD9. You agree with that?
Yes.
So I brought in an actual JPEG, and sure enough, FFD8, and it ends down here somewhere with. Oh, where is? Come on, where's the end of the file? FFD9. Okay. Did we agree that's a JPEG? Obviously, his page is correct. Let's dump another one in there. Let's dump this PDF in here. Okay. Now let's go back to Gary's page. And we're going to search for a PDF. Okay. Should be 2550 or %PDF in ASCII. Okay. So back in HXD, sure enough, %PDF right here. Okay. And a PDF should end in what? Percent EOF with possibly a 0D or 0A after it. So if I was to go to this end of this PDF file, sure enough, it ends in percent EOF 0A, which happens to be that second one on the list. Okay. That's one way I'm just proving to you that it actually works. Okay. Now, the images you got to work with this time. I'm going to close this out. I'm going to open up, not that one. File open, and I think I have a sample on my desktop here. Now you guys have sample, I'm not using your example, sorry. Because I think 2 years ago, I actually used the real image. I didn't realize it until halfway through. I'm like, uh-oh, I'm actually using the real one, but I never did tell them that yet. So, okay, so now, let's pretend we want to recover a PDF file. Let me explain to you what I did to this image first of all. It was a flash drive, a very small, like a 16 megabyte flash drive. You know how hard it is to find a small flash drive nowadays? Yes. And I don't want you guys to be working on this huge thing. So I took a flash drive, I put a bunch of, actually, first of all, I wiped it out. I wrote all zeros and ones to it. Then I put a bunch of files on. Then I formatted them. What does format do to a disk? Does anybody know?
Overwrites it. Overwrites.
Overwrites what?
Data.
Okay, imagine the textbook. Okay, we got a textbook right here. I'm gonna borrow a textbook. So we got a textbook, okay? There's something called a file allocation table. File allocation table is this index at the beginning that says this chapter starts on this page, okay? A disk basically says this file is located at this location. When you format it, it basically deletes that only. The book's still here. So could you take this book and find chapter 3? Sure, you can flip through it to find it. But the chapter, we just don't have the table of contents anymore. Okay. But what it actually does when you format it, it really only deletes the first character of the file name. It actually replaces the first character with an E5, a Sigma character, which tells the operating system, I don't need this file anymore. Here's an example you can try at your house.
How do you draw a sigma?
I don't know. E5. Okay. a lot of these characters, you notice on the right-hand side, there's a lot of periods and stuff, and then weird characters. You can't draw them all. Okay, so try this example at home. Take like a flash drive and copy a large file to it. And it'll be copying for a while, then delete the file. What happens to it? Does it really go away? No. And when you format it, it really, okay, I messed up a second ago. When you delete it, it puts the E5 signal character. Sorry about that. Sorry if I misspoke. When you delete a file, it deletes the first character and places it with an E5. So if you delete a large file, it would take a while for the operating system to go back and delete that file. But what it does is it replaces the first character with that E5 sigma, which tells it I no longer need this space. So if you want to save another file, it just saves it right on top of the location. So when I deleted the file first, it just replaced the first character of the file. That's why we can undelete files very quickly. So in Windows, when you delete something, it goes into the trash can, but you can get it back very easily because it really has been deleted. And when you format it, it actually wipes out that whole entire table. Okay. But we still have the book. We still have the data. We just don't know where it's located. Okay. So you figure deleting is like removing the first character. Instead of chapter 1, it'll be chapter 1, you know. You can still figure it out. Okay. So when we format it, it actually gets rid. Now it still doesn't overwrite the data. Now after I delete or format whatever, now if I start writing more stuff to the disk, well, at that point it will be overwritten. And in the Advanced Data Analysis and Recovery course, somebody's in there, aren't they? Somebody is. We're actually going to be doing that this time. We'll be showing you actually how to recover fragmented and the files that were partially overwritten. Because imagine this, okay? So I have y'all know what a Tupperware container is? Any young kids know what they are? Tupperware containers. So I got a Tupperware container. Figure that's like a sector on the drive, okay? So I got this container to hold Ritz crackers, okay? All I can put in there is Ritz crackers. So even if it's not full, I really can't put anything else in there. So when I write to the disk, there's actually a video up here, by the way, that you need to watch these. There's a video about recovering Word documents. You need to watch about 5 minutes long. I explained this in there really well. Okay, yeah, listen there. Okay, so basically, so I got my Ritz crackers, I can put them in this container. I really can't put anything else in that container. Even if I only have one cracker, I'm using up the entire container. When you write to a drive, files are written basically in chunks, okay? If I have a lot of Ritz crackers, maybe I need 2 containers or 3 containers or more. But if I only have a couple, it'll probably fit in one. Well, what happens if I have a container full of Ritz crackers and then I format it and I get rid of all the crackers? Then I start putting cookies in it. There could be some cracker little residue left over in there. Cracker crumbs left in there. That's kind of what they call file slack. Maybe I had a file that was huge and I wrote it in there, then I deleted it. So now I got all this blank space. So I start overwriting it, but we technically didn't delete the data. So we might have a half of, cracker crumbs left over from the prior, whoever was in that container. Okay. We're not going to get into that too much in this class. But now, when we recover JPEGs, let's go to, we're on P. Oh, I closed, darn it. I'll get to that more in a second. Okay. Yeah, well, okay. Let's do a PDF. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to recover a PDF. And we know that is %PDF. You all agree with that? And here I can go search, find, and I can change. I can go text string. Now, if I was searching for the FFD8, I would change it to hex. But since I'm looking for a text string, I'm going to change it to text. I'm going to go %PDF. Okay. Now I'm going to look forward. I found one. Now, I'm going to find it again. Find again. Seriously, there's one PDF on this whole thing.
And spit.
Again, this is an old demo image, so let's see. Find again. Got one. Tell me there's more than one. Seriously, there's only one.
You tried.
Well, that's what I get for just picking a random image. I don't even know what this image is. So who knows what the file might be. When you're storing stuff on here, at least on a floppy disk, the chunk that it stores the file in is 512 bytes, which happens to translate to 200 hex. Okay. That's how much data space it's using. Now, I have this set up to show me 16 columns. That's what's nice about HXD. It automatically shows me 16 columns. Means every file I'm looking for will start right at the very beginning of the line. Okay. Let's look for a JPEG. Just maybe that one might be a better example. And what's a JPEG?
JPEG is, you want the
FF,
text or the
the hex.
FFPAFFE?
Okay. So there's one. Aha. Okay. Now let's go back up to the beginning again. Search. Find again. Okay. We have a JPEG here. Y'all agree that's the header of a JPEG?
Yes, that is it.
Now, see how that's starting at the very left, and there's a bunch of zeros before it. In other words, the zeros above it are the previous Tupperware container. Okay, so files can't start in the middle of the container. They have to start every 200. And if I was to take this value over here on the left, is 47000X, and divide it by 200, I would get an even number. In other words, it's divisible by 200, which means it's the start of a sector. Okay, sectors are 200 in length. Depending on your file system, that could vary. For the Windows, I think 98, they started where you could actually change your cluster size. Think about it. If I'm storing lots of large files, a large Tupperware container would be beneficial. But if I was storing teeny tiny text files, say 1K text file, I'll be wasting space. If I had this huge Tupperware container and I'm only putting one cracker in it, I mean, wasting a lot of space. So Windows 98, they made it where we could adjust the size of our containers. Okay, 4K is about the average size. But we have 512 bytes, which ends up being 200 in hex. Now I'm going to search for another. I'm going to hit F3. Now you'll see that I found another header for a JPEG. Is it all the way to the left?
No.
That's what that's telling us. It's probably in the middle of a file. Because JPEGs actually store, some of them actually store a thumbnail of themselves inside themselves. So this could actually be the thumbnail of a JPEG is stored inside of a JPEG. So I hit F3 again. That one's not at the left. Oh, there's one at the left again. So that one's probably at the beginning. Possibly not, because if you think about it, that file of Gary Kessler's that made it into a PDF, it actually had %PDF as text in the PDF. So it's not always perfect. So there could be a JPEG or a file that has literally the letters FFPA in it. There could be. So every time it starts at the left, we know that's the beginning. Every time. See, this is probably the Italy image or something because I had a lot of random pictures that were, remember, if I had a PowerPoint, that would start at the beginning. Then if I had a bunch of pictures in my PowerPoint, they wouldn't be starting at the beginning because they're already inside the PowerPoint container. So since I'm getting so many of them that are not starting at the beginning, that's telling me these are inside of something. So this is probably inside of a PowerPoint. Does it mean we cannot extract them? No, we can definitely extract them still. But you can't guarantee they're going to be perfect. Okay? They might not be. Okay. Well, let's go back and get our PDF out. That's what I want to get. We're going to go to the beginning. What do I need to search for to find a PDF?
Yeah, percent.
Let's go to text string. Let's go with a %PDF. And it does remember it for you, by the way. Okay. So this file is starting at that address. So if I'm going to bring up Notepad here, it's starting at 290A00. That's where it starts. Now from there, I want to find edit, find, search, find, %EOF. We're going to go find. So it goes to that one. Now, if we remember anything from Gary's page, PDFs, it could have the 0A, it could have nothing, or it could have 0A, or 0D, 0A, or it could have a whole selection of them. So I'm guessing it's probably got the 0D, 0A. I'm just guessing. I might be wrong. But considering all this is like leftover blank space, I'm thinking it probably ends right here. Okay, this is the last one. Now this one, what's the address of that one? Can anyone see it? Does it show it on the screen? No, it doesn't. Hold on.
All right, there's 290 0C09.
Okay.
290
Don't tell me up here because that's actually the left column. You want 290.0C09. So from 290.0C09. So now, a couple different ways I can do this. I can go back to, I'm going to go to the first address, which was 290A00. We're going to go there. We're at the beginning again. Edit, select block. So starting there, I want to go all the way till 290. Is that right? Okay. Is that right? Or is it too many zeros? Too many zeros. Okay. Now if I say okay, it should select it. And it did. I didn't need the other zero. Okay, so do you agree it selected it? Yeah, it looks like you got it. I'm going to copy this. Copy. I'm going to go File, New. I'm going to paste it right here. Paste insert. Are you sure you want to do this? Well, the reason it's telling me that is, hey, you're going to overwrite this file. Well, yeah, I know that. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it right here. I'm going to call it file1.pdf. Okay. Go back over here to my files. File1.pdf. And it opens with, are you kidding me? Darn it, so it didn't work. Okay, so it could be that it didn't need.
Yeah, you didn't put in the extra zero.
Yes.
You need that extra zero.
You sure I did?
Yeah, that's what it says on the bottom.
Yeah, instead of.
Because it was 0G0.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it anyway. I don't care. We'll try it anyway. We'll try it with the zero in a second.
I'll take the bullet on
I was just hoping it worked without it.
the file was 0G0.
Darn it. Okay, fine. Okay, let's close that one out. So it did have the extra zero in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So edit, select. We're gonna go edit, select block from 290A00 till 2900C09. Sure, all of it?
Correct.
It's too big. It's too big. Because it's too big.
The problem with the one you had earlier is that I was missing a zero A at the end. That's all I was missing.
Edit, select block, 290, and then we want
290.
290.0C09. Darn it. Stop this.
Nonsense.
I know it must. 290C09.
Try that. What? This one?
I'm going to try that.
Okay,
So I got the A.
yeah, so now try copying and see if we'll copy it over. Correct.
Edit, copy. Now, again, this could be a corrupt image as well. I do not know. I didn't test this. I just,
Well, then that's your thing.
yeah, because that's very
Now
short.
it copied over correctly.
Yeah, last time it wasn't.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. Someone was right. Someone was.
Oh, man. All right.
It is corrupted.
Yeah, okay. 'Cause I don't know what this image is. I literally just picked an image. Let me get a JPEG. Let's do a JPEG. Since that one's failing miserably. Okay, let's go find a edit. So, FFD8. Why didn't it work? Someone? Why didn't it find it? Oh, it's a hex value. Okay, good guess. Okay, that's at the beginning, so that'll work. So we're going to go from 29C8D0. Does everybody agree with that this time?
We can't see.
Yeah, we can agree with C, but sure.
That better?
Okay, yeah.
Now, what do we got to go to?
Look at that side.
Search, select, find FFD9, correct? Okay. So FFD9 is actually at 2B3. 3E98. Y'all agree with that? Oh, 99. Darn it. Actually, we need this one right here. That one's 99. So now we're going to go edit, select block, and we're going to go from 29C, 8D0, all the way down to that 2BE. You better work. Edit, copy, new file, paste. And this is going to be called file 2.jpg. Please work, please. Seriously, you got to work. I get for not testing it. Got to be kidding me. This is what I get for not testing the image first. Okay, let's find another one. Find this sucks. This just really sucks.
Picture
Oh, didn't we?
text. Was it text?
I had search, find X value.
Text. There you go.
Okay, so now we're going 47000. See, this is one actually from 2011, where I don't even know if I did this project in 2011, but I did something, obviously. I don't know what this image is.
That's the problem.
99, okay. Okay, we're going all the way till 49033.
Yes.
Okay, now we're gonna edit, select block. Okay, we wanna go from 47000, 49033, okay. Edit, copy, new file, paste. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna try one more thing. Yes! Wow, we finally got one. Okay. Y'all see how we did that? Okay, I'm gonna be nice and I'm gonna pick. Okay, I will do one demo of a PDF from your actual image. Which image you want me to use? We're not doing Italy, it's too many in that one. Let's go with Pirate. Okay, we're doing Pirate. We're gonna download Pirate. 42 seconds, 35 seconds. Okay. We still gotta do something else. 24 seconds. Almost got it. 14 seconds. So it's a lot of trial and error if you hadn't guessed. Now, if you use Hex Workshop, which is up there as well, it'll work good for 30 days, you can actually do find all, and it'll show you all the PDFs, like all the beginning of all the PDFs, all the beginning of all the JPEGs. So it might be easier if you use that one. But the problem with that one is you got to make sure the columns are 6 to 16 wide. Just drag it with the cursor. Because I think it defaults to like 24. So you'll be looking at, it won't be an even number. So the whole thing about lining up on the left column, won't matter. Okay, that was that's Hex Workshop. Hex Workshop. Okay, let's go back into Lab 2. Okay, so we're going to go back in HXD here, and we're going to close this guy, and we're going to put in this guy here. This is going to be a pirate. Okay, now let's find a PDF. So we're going to switch back to text. We're going to look for PDF. We're going to find it. Okay, so we got the beginning. Beginning is 1A08800. Okay, y'all agree with that? If you can see it, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, now from here, search find. Did I do it wrong? Okay, and I'm going to go to %% EOF forward. So it looks like I want the 0D. So I'm probably going to go to 1A0ACB6. So since I'm selected at that location,
Your cursor is in front. Does it need to be behind?
right in front of it.
Right in front of it.
Yeah, in front of it.
B is a boy.
Boy. Okay. Edit, select block, Now it has the ending, so I'm gonna put it in the beginning, 808800. I'm gonna do select all. You'll see it did select the 0D. Okay, so I'm gonna edit copy. A new, and I think I can actually do write. I know it still gives me no warning. No, either way. Okay. So we're gonna call this one file1.pdf. Normally PDFs are the easiest. That's why I normally demo them, but they weren't playing nice today. Yes, I got a pirate PDF. Okay. So so we literally just go on Google and search the word pirate. We just find a bunch of junk. Okay. Now, so we did the pirate. I'm sorry, the PDF, and we did the JPEG. Now, what's nice about those is we have a beginning and an ending. Okay. Now let's look over here at Gary's. But I'm going to recover a Word file. Okay. Not Word perfect. I want actual Word. It's going to say OLE. Let's find it. Word processing. Oh, did I go too far? There it is. Okay. No, that's not it either. We want another one. Hold on. We'll find it.
Sir, are we going to talk about leftover chunks tonight?
Probably not. There is. There it is. Okay. D0CF. Okay. Now let's talk about these are totally different. You need to watch the 5-minute video because I'm not going to recover one for you. In the video I do. Okay. With Word files, okay, let me show you an example. Do I have an example of a Word file here somewhere? Okay. Right. Let's see, let's go to lab 1. Okay. You all agree that this is a Word file?
Yes, I do.
Well, it says it's Word, and it is a Word file, okay? But is it really a Word file? It's funny, I had a student in my class, and I said, how many zip files did you find? And I had the student's name was Spencer. He was a very boisterous student. He must get everything perfect. You ever seen those kind of people?
Yeah.
So how many zip files did you find? He goes, I found 15 of them. I said, wrong. He goes, no, there's 15. No, you're wrong. He goes, no, there's 15. And the dude literally gets up, has his head in the wall. There's 15 of them. No, it's not. Okay. Okay, I just renamed my Word file to a zip file. Y'all agree with that? I can actually open it up. A Word file is actually a container for stuff. Okay? It's got XML, it's got stuff in it, themes, all this stuff in it. So technically, I did have zip files, but see what happens is a lot of the tools we're going to use later will recover a Word file as a zip file. Because it is a zip file. You agree I open it up just fine? But it's not a zip file, it's a Word file. It's what it is. Remember, a PDF and a JPEG, we had a header and a trailer. We knew exactly where it starts, exactly where it ends. Word, we don't. We know it starts here. That's all we know. You have to go to the end of the sector. And that's where the whole 200 comes in. So it's critical you watch that video. Okay. So what you normally do is find the beginning of a Word file. And really Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all start the same. They all have the same exact extension. And then search for the words Microsoft Word. It'll be in Unicode, but you'll see in my video how to do it. And then you find those, and then you keep going down until you find blank space. Because remember, it's a container. So a Word file, what's weird about a Word file is you can add a little bit of text to it and it'll never grow in size. Because it already is taking up the entire space on disk. Okay. A little bit tougher to do, but trust me, if you watch that 5-minute video, you will understand them. Okay. And every year I do it. Okay. So it's not big deal. So it's the same for Word and Excel. So I can literally take this file, rename it back to DOCX, and now it's a Word document. So yeah, but Spencer was like really freaking out when I showed him. He's like, "No, it's a Word. It's a zip file." I'm like, "No, it's not a zip file." Sorry, Spencer. Yes. I mean, the dude ended up with straight A's, but he was like, he had to be perfect. It's like the students who complain last semester, student. I know I got a 94 as my overall grade, but I still should have been a 96. I'm like, oh, whatever. All right. So we okay on Word files. Because you notice they show the header, but they don't show you a trailer. Okay. And there's other ones are the same way. Okay. There's most of yours will be easier though. Most of them have headers and footers, so you'll be okay. Okay. But just make sure you watch the video. Now there's something. Now let's go look at the actual project here. I put this PDFs right here. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm telling you to recover it by hand. Let me explain why you're doing this. Trust me, there's tools that can do it in 1 second. Well, I went to a FTK class. We're going to use FTK. Okay. I went to the FTK class. And our tool is the best. It's going to do everything for it. It's wonderful. It was. It's a good tool. We do use it. So I kept hearing, oh, our tool is the best. We can do all this. Then I went to an N-Case class put on my guidance software. So I said, so, are you better? He goes, I don't know. What's your opinion? They never would tell me. But what they did differently, they said, you know what, we got a tool to do it this way, but we need to learn how to do it first. Can you imagine I go to court? Okay, I'm testifying on how this projector works. Well, I hit the blue button. The blue light comes out. How does it work? I hit the blue button. So if I go to court and say, you know, I recovered this child pornography, which is one of the biggest crimes right now. How do you do that? Well, I said, go. I mean, I took my tool and said, go. But how did that really do it? So how do we know that the tool did it correctly? Because I said, go. To understand why that could be an issue.
Yeah.
So in my guidance software class, everything we did, we had to do it by hand first. And it made me really appreciate the fact of knowing how to do it. Okay? So that's why you're doing it by hand. And after you spend all these hours, next week you'd be like, gotta be kidding me.
I'm gonna shake you.
Exactly. But it's fun. I love learning how to do this. So you're going to recover 5 GIFs, JPEGs, PNGs, PPTs, documents, XLS, PDFs for a total of 35 files. Well, there's only 35. Forget this word 47. It's not there. I forgot to delete that. But that's okay. There was 47. So say you're getting off 12. So you already got 12 less. Okay. You're going to submit your recovered files in the Dropbox. It would be nice if they were zipped up.
Or a Word document.
Yeah, actually you could. In the past, I had people submit them as Word documents, but people can't understand that. So when you recover your files, just zip them all up and submit them to the Dropbox. Okay. But you also need to answer a quiz question. Okay. Here's the quiz. What is the MD5 hash of the image labeled sheep, trains, pirates, whatever one you're working on, okay? And you're going to give them the MD5 hash. I'm going to show you how to get that in a second, okay? Then this says, recover the file types and numbers listed below utilizing the image specified above. So if you have the train image, you're going to recover files from train. Got that? If your quiz says do pirates, you use pirates. Okay. Now, it says upload your files to Dropbox for the project. Only upload the type and number specified below. If you have Italy, and I say upload 5 JPEGs, how many are you going to give me? Don't give me 250. There is 250. Give me 5. Just 5. Okay. Now, if you do the Italy image, it'd be nice if you get the ones that are at the beginning of the sector. That way, there should only be 5 of those.
So each of those questions is how many we would need to recover.
Right. Did you recover 5 PDFs? Yes or no? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Kathleen's quiz here. Okay, she got 5 PDFs. Then I'm going to open up her zip file, say, sure enough, there is 5 PDFs, and I already have them done, so I'm going to match and make sure they're really the right ones. Then she'll get full credit. She'll get the 12.5% for PDFs. If she only got 1, she's going to get a 5th of the 12.5. Understand?
So there is actual
So there's actually.
There's 5 for every one of them.
Okay, all right.
5 for every one of them.
So really,
Some have
So
more.
really all those should be true.
They should all be true. But even if you tell me no, I'm still, well, some of you are not going to get them. I can guarantee you. There's always some who wait. You're going to wait till about Tuesday at 4:45. You're not going to get them all. But I'm going to go, this is just giving me a way to put the grade in and know what it is. So I'm going to go through here. And for that true false question, I'm going to give you so many points. If you got all 5, you get 12.5 points. If you get all 5 of the gifts and so on and so forth, you get 12.5 points and ends up being 100. Okay. Easy enough to do? Okay. It's just a way I can put the grade in easier. That's all this quiz is. Yes, sir.
So if I don't get them all and I say false,
If you get 1 and you say false, I will give you credit for 1. I mean, the graded is 0, but I'll count how many you got. Yeah, I couldn't figure out. See, what I had was I had another quiz. Last semester, I actually gave you a picture of each one. And then when you recovered it, you matched it up with the picture, and then you had to give me the MD5 hash of it. But I was having a hard time getting it done randomly for this. What was going to happen is Sandy was going to have to get 5 JPEGs, maybe from Pirates. Then she's going to me 5 PDFs from Italy. It was going to be very hard to make it all work on the same image. And it was, so yesterday driving home, I'm like, I'll just do it this way. It worked. So we're fine. So, okay. Now let's talk about hashes for a second. We covered hashes in many classes. But what a hash is a way to determine that the file is legitimate. Okay. When we got this image, this whatever image, this format, whatever, lab 2 image after format pirate.001, that's what's called a raw image. It's an image of a thumb drive, and wow, it's 80 megs. Wow, I thought it was smaller than that. Basically, I took the drive, created an image out of it. You should never work off the original. In the forensics field, you would take the thumb drive, the hard drive, whatever it is, you'd make an image of it, just like that. And you do all your investigation on that image. Now, when we go to court, they should be able to take the original again and your image and verify them. They should come up and say, good thing. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. Is it installed? Okay. I'm going to install a program called FTK Imager. It's up there as well. Can't run it from the zip file. Hold on. Let me unzip it here. Okay, I'm going to open FTK Imager. Are you serious? What? Okay, fine. Fine, we'll just download it again. I thought So if you want it, it's right here. It's called, under Access Data, you will see FTK Imager right here. Okay, and all of my files are pretty much stored on my Dropbox account. If you do not have a Dropbox account, I would appreciate you sign up for one. It's free. That way it gives me more space. Okay. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You can always click right here at the bottom. No thanks, just continue to me. I get a little more storage space. Zero State, that's my personal account. I mean, I don't pay for it, but I've gotten close. It's like, oh, I'm almost out of space.
You get us some credit?
I get it. No.
1 point extra credit.
So I'm going to open this. Oh, yeah, this one's working. Again. You'll have plenty of opportunities. Hey, Jeremy won $20 today, so, you know.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to launch FTK Imager. Now, we will be playing a whole bunch with the FTK suite of tools. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to add evidence. I'm going to add an image. Okay, when FTK Imager is used to create images, open images, save images, verify images. Okay, because, you know, that's what it does. Okay, let me explain the difference. A physical drive could be a hard drive. It could be a CD-ROM drive. It could be a flash drive. Okay. Now, what if I had my hard drive and it was divided up into C, D, and E drive? Physical drive would get all 3. It's the entire device. Okay, if it's 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes, 4 terabytes, whatever. Okay. Logical drive, that would be your C drive. Maybe I have this large drive that's divided up in C and D. Well, if I do logical, I'm only going to get C. See the difference between physical and logical? Image file is maybe I'm an image of VMware, a virtual machine. That would be an image. Or I can image an image like I'm getting ready to do just now. You can also do contents of a folder. Okay. which we will use more later in this class. But last semester in this project, they did this one, but I'm moving it to another project. But I could put a bunch of files in a folder and add them in and analyze them as well. So I'm going to say add an image. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to find it. It's on my desktop under forensics. It's in lab 2. And let's do, we don't want to do the pirate. Let's do this guy. So finish. Okay, and it brings it in. Okay. Now, I could open this up and you'll see it's really not going to show me much of anything. I just have a whole bunch of unallocated space because I deleted everything. Okay. Now, under File, I can go, let me find it. Where's it at? Capture image. No, that's not it. It's not export. It should be verified. I can't verify it? Seriously? Oh, well, I got to click the top. There it is. If you click the top, the image name, you can go verify image. And what it's going to do is it's going to go out and perform a mathematical calculation on this device. A hash value. Imagine your windshield of your car. Okay. If you smash it, you can't put it back together again. Okay. This is what's called a one-way hash. It took that image file and did a mathematical calculation and came up with a specific singular value. And that's the MD5 I want you to give me. It's very long. Okay. So just click in here, and actually, if you'll notice, if I go back to that folder, it should, oh, it didn't create, okay, because the image is already created. Okay, but you can get the MD5 hash out of here. You can click in there and just copy it, okay? Copy, Control-C, then you could go to your notepad over here. There you go, you got the MD5 hash. Yeah, easy enough to get it, okay? Because what we did is we just verified it. Now, I have the original, and I know what the hash should be. So you're going to take your hash, or your file, whatever, the sheep, the pirate, the Mountain Dew, the whatever you got, and if you use the same exact technique I did, you should have been with the same value. Now, that is our MD5. You all agree with it? It just is. Trust me, okay? I could find out individual file values. I could say export file and hash list. What if there was files on this drive, it would actually go do the calculation of every individual file, which is kind of nice. Now there's another tool. Now, so I'm telling you, no matter what tool I use, if I do the same calculation, I always get the same results. Are you okay with that? Okay. Let me go in here. I'm going to, I don't know if you realize this, in Windows, say I'm in this folder right here, and I want to open the command prompt there. I can click up in there and type CMD, and I actually get a command prompt at that window. I'm not sure if you knew that. But there's a program I put in here, which I didn't cover last semester. I just thought I would do it this time. I'm going to type in MD5 Summer, which is the name of the program. Then I'm going to specify lab 2 image.001. I'm putting quotes around because there's spaces in the file. Okay, file extension MD5, we're not associated. Should I, yeah, whatever, that's fine. Just do the damn thing. Okay, let's put it, where are we? Put it, we want lab 2. That's fine right there. Create MD5 Summer. And create file. What? What is this thing telling me? Why is it? I don't even know what it's telling me. Did it add something in there? Should be putting it right in there. Okay, I'm confused what this thing's doing. Do add. We want to do it of this image. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I had to add it that way. Okay. Sorry, it's been a while since I used that tool. What I had to do is I had to run the program and then add the image, and then it came up. So, do you agree that hashes should match if the mathematical calculation is the same? Do y'all agree they match?
Yeah.
It's hard to see this one. If I open up this one with, seriously, it doesn't have TextPad on here? These machines were just re-imaged, that's why everything's kind of weird. There it is. So there's our hash. There you go, they do match. So even if I use different tools, I'm using the same calculation they should match. If you use Hex Workshop, it'll actually show you the MD5 value in the file. Hex Workshop is good. HXD might as well. Let's look here. There might be a way to verify the hash in here under analysis, maybe checksums. Let's go with MD5. MD5. No, that one's not the same. Oh, I'm in the wrong file. Duh. Helps if I get in the right file. Checksums, MD5. Still wrong. Why is it not the same? Okay.
Is your the pirate image?
Oh, duh. Good point. Thank you for that. So if we open this guy, this one should give me the correct one. There it goes.
Yeah, that was correct.
Okay. Helps if I'm using the same file. It proves different files don't match. So, all right. So really the whole point of this is, throughout this course, I'm going to ask you numerous times. Yeah. Well, okay. Does anyone ever download software like this, forensic software, or maybe a Kali image? Well, hopefully you start playing with this kind of stuff. And you're going to download a lot of tools off the internet. And when you download them, they say, here's the MD5 hash. That way, because think about it, if I'm a bad guy, I could put a bogus file up there, but I can't make the file, the hash match.
Yeah.
So when you download something, you should always verify that. So quite a few times during the course, I'm going to tell you, here's the image you're using, and here's the hash. Make sure it matches. That way you know you get the right one. We have had issues before with people with really bad internet, only get half the file. Okay? Back before when I did my recordings differently, it didn't stream so well. So literally people would download it. Okay, it's done. Well, it wasn't all the way downloaded, and they complain, how come your recording is only 5 seconds long? Because you didn't download the entire way. So, I mean, with YouTube, it's easy to fix that problem. But MD5 is just a way of verifying the integrity of our image. Okay? Easy enough to do. Now, please start this project soon. Okay? Do a PDF. That's pretty much the easiest. PDF, JPEG, simple. GIF, simple. Word documents, spend 5 minutes, watch the video. It will be worth its weight in gold to you. Okay? Watch last year's video. Every year I tell it differently. I don't know. Okay? Is everybody okay with what they're going to do? Everybody happy? We actually had, 3, 4 empty chairs tonight. What's up with that?
Yeah.
So I get for telling people I'm going to record
I
it.
did scared them off. They're like, no, I can't do it.
Yeah, all right. So you agree the hash should match. So if you do this correctly, and you should get the right hash, as long as I use the correct file. And you use the correct file. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. And bye, Wendy.
Bye, thank you.
Sure.